Welcome in to Stay in Bounds, the podcast for the people. I'm Cardi P, your host, and I'm here with K Wall and Howard. Say how y'all doing?
So
Hey, how
man,
you doing?
Yeah, how y'all doing? So it's a lot of stuff been going on lately. Tomorrow we got the NFC AFC championship game. So today we're gonna get right into it. Let's go to our NFC championship game. We got the Rams versus the 49ers. How y'all feeling about
Honestly, if you want me to be completely honest, with me being the valuable that I am, I really don't care about this game at all. I would rather it end in a tie. You know what I'm saying? And nobody goes. The Chiefs and the Bengals just played a Super Bowl, to be honest. But if I had to pick a team, like the lesser of two evils, because I can't stand McVay and that stupid look on his face he always
come
has
on.
when he's running his plays.
Come on.
I can't stand the side of that dude. I take Shanahan and the boys, to be honest. I take Shanahan and the boys.
No.
And I like how toxic their roster is, because it's like they have vets that they want to get rid of next year for the dudes underneath that are coming up, but the vets are still producing at a high level to get them there. So if Jimmy G wins, I like the toxicity it would create in their organization by do they keep him or do they go at Trey Lance or like that. I think their running game would be too much.
So if you were playing football, you wouldn't want the coach running up down the sideline, come and pat you on the butt
I
and all
love
that.
that.
You wouldn't
I
want
love
that.
that.
I mean, if I played for him, yeah, it's like that thing. Like you can't really like fool with nobody until you like work with them personally, right? That.
Yeah.
But watching that, it's like, bro, just go sit down, bro. Go fucking sit down.
So you go for the Niners. Howard, how you feeling?
I'm not gonna lie. The only reason I'm picking the Rams, because I want to see Matt Stafford do well. And I don't know. I feel like Odell deserves this for what he had to go through in Cleveland. But that's a different topic for a different discussion. And honestly, I see the Chiefs rolling the Bengals. And the only team that I think stands a chance on two are the Rams. Like the Niners, we've already seen them lose in the Super Bowl. It was bad. They're up by how many? And they just let Pat Mahomes walk down. I personally just don't want Kansas City to win. I'm Rams.
You said well, Odell had to go through in Cleveland. What you said, he wasn't the problem?
Well, I mean, numbers don't lie, and if you look at the statistics so far when he's with the Rams versus numbers in Cleveland, it's pretty glaring.
I mean, that's kind of baseless, because Baker can't even hit him on a drag to the baseline, and that's like the bare minimum any quarterback that plays at this level has to do. If you can't hit him on a 5 and out to the sideline right there, you are not even you shouldn't even be throwing a football in that arena at all. And Baker can't do that. And Matt Stafford is not an incompetent dude. You know what I'm saying? He's known for being a dude that can rack up stats, get the ball to his receivers, but he hasn't proven he can win. Now, with this roster that is extremely top heavy, it's win or bust. It's not, okay, we can get to the NFC championship game, lose, and build off that, because this will be a totally different team come around next year with their cap situation that they're in. And they mortgage off their entire future to build this roster they have right now.
So I'm alongside Howard. I'm going for the Rams more. I'd love to see Odell get him one. Also, Jalen Ramsey, one of the best corners in the league. I think he deserves it. That's going to solidify it's going to solidify him. And also, it's good to see Matthew Stafford get that hump off his back. So, y'all think it's going to be a game of defense? What y'all thinking? Offense, defense, how y'all going?
I think it's a close game until third quarter, and I think Stafford's going to blow up a big play. I think
that's what I'm saying. I think it's going to be the Rams passing attack against the Niners run game. If the Rams can hold up like they've been holding up with that line, I don't see Jimmy G, if he's being forced to have to throw it 30, 40 times a game, being able to consistently do that without it being like short dink and dunks to Debo or letting Kittle get out in space. But I feel like if this team, the Niners, get on their heels and Stafford's forced to, if he is able to just dice them up off the rip, it's going to be a long day for the Niners. But if they can hold the clock and pound the rock over with that, I feel like they gives themselves a good chance, because they haven't lost to McVay in a while. I don't know the exact stat. I can look it up.
I think it's the last 6 games. I think it's
like 6 games. Regardless if it's at SoFi or in the Niners Stadium, they haven't lost to this dude. So Shanahan has his number, but McVay, he hasn't had a roster like this in a while. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So with that being said, right, I'm personally going along the lines of it's going to be the Rams defense holding strong because I believe both defenses are strong. They're both like the top defenses right now. But I trust Matthew Stafford a lot more than I trust Jimmy G.
True. Very true. I trust Matthew Stafford with my life more than I trust Jimmy G. You know what I'm saying?
Especially after what he did to Tampa. That was some guts.
That was bad play calling by Todd Bowles. All right. Why would you leave the Triple Crown champ? All right, this ain't some scrub that took him down the field. You know what I'm saying? Some bum that just had a busted play. No, it's the dude that won the Triple Crown, right? That hasn't been done in a while. Why would you leave him in single coverage? I don't care if you got whoever, Jalen Ramsey, Cromartie, whoever, you know what I'm saying? Pro bowlers galore out there, you know what I'm saying? Why would you leave him in single coverage when you know all they need is a field goal or like that and send zero? Bro, he sent the house. It's not like they got beat straight up where Cooper just made an amazing play. All he did was they said hike. He looked and just ran straight. There was no deterrence anywhere from Murphy Bunting, whoever was on him, and just ran and did what he's been doing all season, just catching moon balls from Stafford. You know what I'm saying?
So Cooper doing this all season, right? I would think the game plan would be to double him. Why do you think more teams not respecting him the way that he should be respected?
Because he plays in the slot. You can't double a slot guy.
Can't double the slot because it leaves the boundary wide open. He'll cook. I mean, OBJ will cook whoever's out. Like, that's the beauty of it. That's the only person I'm rooting for in all this. Like y'all said, I agree with y'all. The only person I'm rooting for in all this is OBJ. Because when he was in Cleveland all season, he's washed. The injuries have caught up to him. He's not a superstar anymore. They on first take, all this stuff talking shit. Once he gets a good quarterback, a decent QB around him, he'll do the rest. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So if you double Cooper in the slot, and Van Jefferson has emerged as well as a deep threat, there's only so many guys that can play coverage. You can't put linebackers on these dudes because they have the perfect balance of playmaking and speed on the Rams, right? You got your playmakers with OBJ, who can take the top off anybody. Then you got your speed with Van Jefferson, and then you got your workhorse with Cooper Kupp.
So the thing with Van Jefferson is not sure-handed. So would you rather get beat by Van Jefferson or Cooper Kupp?
But you're in the NFC Championship game. You can't take that risk. You know what I'm saying? You can't take that risk. If I was the Niners, because the thing is they match up so well, even though there's more star power on offense for the Rams or whatever like that. The reason they match up so well, and you saw it when the Buccaneers played the Saints, right? The Buccaneers have way more star power on that team than the Saints do. But they have the personnel to combat what they have. That's why they've won so many games. It's because the Niners have the personnel to match up with that. You know what I'm saying? The reason why Tampa Bay got cooked down the stretch is because they're so defensive line. They're front seven heavy. Most of their playmakers are in the front seven. They've got good guys in the secondary, but that was their first time playing like damn near all season long. You know what I'm saying?
I got Sherman back there.
Sherman was on the sidelines, you know what I'm saying? Eating Skittles and smoking a Black and Mild. You know what I'm saying?
So in this game, we got a couple of lines coming out. We got Cooper Kupp having 100 yards. What y'all thinking? Y'all thinking that's going to be a good one?
Like Howard said, bro, I think they sell out for Cooper Kupp, and I think OBJ has a day. OBJ or Van Jefferson is the one I would be looking at. You know what I'm saying? And in the red zone or like that, I think Higbee could get loose for one, maybe on an anytime touchdown score.
And on the other side, they got Debo rushing for one and catching one. What y'all think about that one?
No.
For the same reason that I said that they were going to hone in on Cooper Kupp, it's the same thing they're going to do with Debo.
No.
Because
Jalen Ramsey will be on Debo Samuel.
Yeah, Jalen Ramsey will shout
start of the game to the end of the game.
And I don't think you want to send your entire offense outside of Kittle up the middle when you got Aaron Donald, Von Miller, and Leonard Floyd running through those dudes. You know what I'm saying?
So there's a few more lines coming out. What are y'all liking?
I like the one I'm looking at is Cam Akers for a rushing touchdown. I like that one. I think Cam Akers, I mean, I watched him last game and he was cooking.
So the game before I like Cam Akers. Last game, Cam Akers was kind of
so you liked him against us.
He had a solid game.
Oh, so you liked him against us. Okay.
Hey, you saw that nice pass from OBJ. OBJ going on the out route. It looked nice. But that last game, he did look a little suspect. You know, I don't know.
He got butterfingers, bro. And you the same way we talk about this right now. You know, the Niners defense is in there like, yo, we could get the ball at this dude. So Howard, I'm in that same backfield, but I like Sony Michel for an anytime touchdown score because I don't think McVay's gonna, if he fumbles early in the game, I don't think McVay's gonna ride him like that, like he did last game.
I was gonna say he fumbled like what, once, twice?
Like, it was like twice. He fumbled right before half, and then he fumbled and gave him the ball back and let him score. And then Matt Stafford had to pull something out of his ass, him and Cooper Kupp right there, or they would have been going home because he couldn't hold on to the ball. So I'm betting on him having another mishap in this game because you gotta understand this dude hasn't been like this the whole game. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't been anywhere either. So the lights are super bright for this kid too. You know what I'm saying?
And then shout to him though, he did come back off that Achilles injuries. He came back before time, so I mean, it's much hard to get.
Michel's been to a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I like Cam Akers. I like his skill set. When he came back, it's kind of changed their offense a little bit because you got to respect that run a lot more.
Yeah. So what are your final thoughts on this game? What y'all want to get some score predictions or anything?
I think if, like I said, if San Francisco can control the clock, you know, and get the run going, I think it could be close. I want them to win, but at the same time, I feel like the Rams it's just something that, I don't know. They just have too much.
They got the juice.
They can make play. I trust Matt Stafford to make plays down the stretch than I do Jimmy Garoppolo. And for that reason, I'm saying that I think that the Niners keep it close, but I think it's a field goal. So that's why I like the San Francisco plus 3.5 line. I like that.
So you think San Francisco, you want to just throw a score out there. Let's see what you got.
Realistically, it could be 24-21, to be honest.
24-21.
It could be 17-14, you know. Like I don't see anyone going out there and just rolling anybody.
So if your final, what would your final say? 24-21?
24-21 is a safe bet, yeah.
Nice. All right, Howard, what about you? Let's get your final thoughts, your predictions.
I'm going to go with 31-21. I think it's close until the fourth quarter. I think Jimmy G does what he does best. He throws that fatal turnover at the end of the game, and they're already down by a touchdown. They kicked a field goal, and it's kind of over. 2-score game with 5 minutes left. I think it'll be over at that.
All right. I'm gonna go with 21-10 in favor of the Rams. I think the Rams gonna keep it. I think they're gonna pretty much come out, dominate from the beginning. Jimmy G gonna make a few mistakes, but at the same time, San Francisco defense ain't terrible, so they gonna just be able to, you know, run up those points. But I'll say 21-10. I think they'll break one for a touchdown and they'll get a field goal. San Francisco will. What's up?
Who do y'all think in this game has more to lose? The Rams?
The Rams.
Question is that?
It's not even a question.
Yeah, the Niners are supposed to be there. They drafted a quarterback.
Yo, the Rams pretty much gave up their future for this year. They pretty much said, hey, we're going all out. We're going to get them veteran players, them veteran people that used to be stars. We're going to get them guys, and we're going to give it all up for this year.
Yeah.
And then
next year.
And then the Super Bowl is at their house this year, so I think they're trying to do it. So I want to say the Rams. Yeah, but you think San Francisco?
Not San Francisco as a whole. I think in particular Jimmy G has a lot to lose this game because if he wins, if he goes out there, right? Because last game, it wasn't because Jimmy G won. It came down to who kicked more field goals, who got more stops on defense, and it just happened to be the Niners. We could very well be talking about Packers, Rams. You know what I'm saying? So if Jimmy G goes out there and has a good game, and I'm saying he has to go out there and throw for 400 yards. If he goes out there and throws for like 215, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, because we know he's going to throw 1. You know what I'm saying?
At the worst time.
Is there an argument to be made, win or lose in the Super Bowl, that he's your guy for next year?
No, I think that's the you know what Jimmy G is doing? He's playing for the 49ers right now. He's basically telling them, if I go out here and get a Super Bowl, if I go out here and get whatever, I'm worth 2 first-round picks. If I go out here and I just shit the bed out of this next game, I'm worth a second-round pick. Yep. It's not he basically penalizing for trying to help the 49ers up his value.
Because my fear is that the continuity that they get so bought up into the continuity that they let Trey Lance go for like a third round or second round pick.
No, they're not.
Jimmy G goes back to being his old self again, and they don't really make the playoffs.
You saying Jimmy G? You saying who are you saying?
I'm saying both. If the Niners lose, both the organization has a lot to lose if they lose this game, and so does Jimmy G. Because for the same reason you said, Jimmy G wins. You know what I'm saying? There's an argument to be made for him to be the quarterback of the future. If they lose, then the organization. If they win, the organization has a tough choice to make: Trey Lance or Jimmy G. So you gotta live with that down the road.
So the Niners, to me, I don't think the Niners have anything to lose.
I was just saying zero pressure.
Because all the pressure's on Jimmy G and what his future is going to be. Is he going to be a Mitch Trubisky and going to be a backup forever? Or is he going to go back to another situation and be a starter?
Somebody will give him a starting job. Some desperate team out there will.
He's Alex Smith.
I'm saying if Nick Foles could get like 90 M's from the Jacksonville Jaguars, I think
Nick Foles got a ring though.
He won a Super Bowl.
You're right.
I hope the Carolina Panthers don't fall for that trick in Jimmy G. I just hope. But this is what I'm telling you.
I've been called for a lot of tricks lately.
That was a low blow. But this is what I'm telling you. So this is what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you this. If Jimmy G, he don't like, because the 49ers don't have nothing to lose in this situation. Because they got their guy for the future. So it's like, all right, if Jimmy G go out here and play good, they can get a second round pick. And even if they don't feel like Trey Lance is ready yet, you don't think that job would be interesting to a guy? You don't think that job would be interesting for a guy like Aaron Rodgers, who want to stay in the NFC and can have a team already built? Like, it's interesting. So San Francisco don't really have nothing to lose.
About Aaron Rodgers, how long are they expecting for Trey Lance to just sit and wait?
Yeah.
See, that's the thing.
You can ride Rodgers for like another 5 years, to be honest.
If you think Trey Lance is ready, you go with Trey Lance next year. If you think Trey Lance could use another year, you give Aaron Rodgers a 1 year deal. Aaron Rodgers not like just a young guy. He's about to be 40.
But I'm saying, the way his play style is, or that he's not a super mobile quarterback. There's not a lot of wear and tear in his body from exerting himself on the field. No, he's just a pure pocket passer. You know what I'm saying? Like,
not many people want to be Tom Brady and play till they're 44. There's not many people that want to.
You got to look at his mental state too, because he could come there and be like, all right, after this year I'm done.
Yeah. So like he might want to get one more ring, and then after that he want to move on. Who knows?
Like Kawhi Leonard, Leonard shit.
All right, cool. So that's our thought on this NFC Championship game. What y'all thinking about the AFC? We got Kansas City versus Cincinnati. Joe Shiesty versus Pat Mahomes. What y'all think?
Go ahead, Howard. You can go first.
All right, so let's get this out. I want Joe Burrow and Cincinnati to win this game, but there's no way. I think about it and I'm thinking, like, where do they beat them? Quarterback, no. Receivers, all right, I'll give them the edge. Offensive line, definitely not. Running back, I'll give them the edge. Defensive line. Now, the secondary, I mean, both secondaries are kind of like, eh.
Let me ask you this.
What?
Let me ask you this. What shirt do you got on right now? Show it to the people. Show it to the people.
I got a blue shirt on.
So, from what you're saying, are you telling me that Gabe Davis is y'all best receiver?
Oh, no, they tripled him up.
Gabe Davis is not y'all best receiver.
No.
So, if Gabe Davis could have that day, you don't think that Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, or Joe Burrow and the T. Higgins, or Joe Burrow and
Here's the reason, right? So, if you watch Josh Allen play, he's running around away from linemen and making those throws. Joe Burrow's not doing that. Joe Burrow is going to be on the turf. We saw him on the turf 9 times. And he's going to be on the turf. I'm going to say 8. I'm going to say Frank Clark and Chris Jones. I think it'll be close at the end of the game. I think they'll get a bunch of garbage time to make it look close, like 10, 13 points. It'll look respectable. But for the most part, I think this is a wash. And it's good for Cincinnati. They're just like the Niners, right? If you looked at the schedule 8 weeks ago, week 8, and you said, hey, Cincinnati and the Niners are going to go to the AFC and NFC Championship game, I would have laughed at you. You probably would have laughed at them. I know K-Wall would have laughed at them. So it's like, it's a no-lose situation. It's a good experience. And it's in Arrowhead. And Andy Reid, I mean, it's Andy Reid, man. He's a genius. They're gonna score points, and I actually think they're gonna get Burrow. He's gonna fumble the ball. He probably throw a pick. It's just, I don't know. It's too tough for him. Too tough so far. Like maybe a year or two he'll be able to go there, but I mean, if Josh Allen damn near played a perfect game and still lost, I just don't see Joe Burrow doing it. Not in his second year. No.
Hey, Wolf.
I mean, so like I go back to that Josh Allen point with him running around, scrambling around, right? Because the reason why he has to run around, scramble around, and let plays develop, he doesn't have the player personnel that Joe Burrow has at his disposal, right? Josh Allen has to throw the ball 75 yards in the air to Gabe Davis to move the chains, right? To get a touchdown, get him in scoring position. Joe Burrow could throw it 3 yards to Jamar Chase, and I've seen him take it to the house numerous times. He could throw it to T. Higgins on a little drag, and he could cut it upfield and go. He could hit that middle of the field is so leaky for the Chiefs. He could hit Tyler Boyd, and Tyler Boyd could take it up the middle. You know what I'm saying? If they're so worried about the pass with the Chiefs secondary, they have a Pro Bowl running back in the back. You know what I'm saying? That could take it, move the chains for him and set up the play action. So I don't think it's the most outlandish idea in the world that the Bengals keep this one close or maybe even pull this one off. Don't get me wrong. The Chiefs have been here. This is their 4th time going here or 5th time. I've lost count because they've been here so many times. And they know what it means to be in a game like this. But the thing about Cincinnati, like I was talking to you before we started, was that they've never been here, right? And no one's expecting them to be here. So that's the scary thing for a team like them is that they've got nothing to lose. So they're going to come out there and throw the kitchen sink at them, everything that they can, you know what I'm saying, to catch them off guard. So does Kansas City come out there and go for the kill in the beginning? Or do they fool around with them, you know what I'm saying, and play to the level of competition and end up having to play from behind and pull some heroic shit again? You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's the most craziest thing in the world that the Bengals could possibly win this game.
Okay, and I see I believe Honey Badger will be back for this game. Do you think you think that's going to have an effect?
Yeah, because that was the main reason why Gabe Davis was getting loose like he was, because Sorensen, he's been getting cooked all season. He's trash. You know what I'm saying?
It was the corner that was getting
Honey Badger can at least take. That's what I'm saying. And that corner. Because if you see what Gabe Davis was doing, he was shaking him with a move and then cutting through the middle of the field every single time. Cutting right through the middle. That catch he had that set him up for that other big catch, he caught it and took it straight at the middle. Yeah, so when the Bengals try to do the same thing, Honey Badger is going to be there waiting to meet somebody. And Honey Badger he's the Honey Badger for a reason because he can crack motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So I'd just be ready. So
yeah, I think that's going to be a good thing. Y'all got any bets for this game?
Yeah, take the Kansas City. Just take the win. Don't take the points because the points is a little. I can't remember what it's at, but I think it's too much. Just take them to win the game because they are. If you're going to do that, take them to win the game. And if you're looking for a receiver, T. Higgins, so he's interesting because he's playing number 2. He's lined up on that same corner that Gabe Davis was making look terrible. So he looks like he'll get a touchdown.
T. Higgins. What about you?
I like T. Higgins for a touchdown.
Like I said, like I've been saying this whole time we've been talking about it, it's not the craziest thing that the Bengals could possibly pull this off. They've done it already. Under different circumstances, regular season, you know what I'm saying? The Chiefs are probably, sleepwalking through the regular season and they show up for games like this. Yes. So I would sprinkle just a little bit on that money line. That 270 looking real juicy right now.
So I got a question for y'all. Do y'all think is it possible that the Chiefs might have played their Super Bowl last week against the Bills?
Yeah. Yeah. Especially if San Francisco wins, it's over. You just pencil it in. Kansas City won. Number 2. Good job.
So you're overlooking them this week, Howard. But if they played a tough game last weekend. It's not like it didn't come down to the wire. Do you not think that could be a problem for the Chiefs this week?
Adversity. They're thinking if we just beat that team that was playing, both teams were basically playing perfect. We went through that, and we play the Cincinnati team. They're young. They make mistakes.
Got you.
I was looking at the stats before we started. That secondary for the Bengals is like ranked 6th worst in the league. So going up against a high-powered offense like that, yes. But this is where the difference might be between Buffalo and Cincinnati, right? Buffalo generated little to no pressure on Pat, so he was able to just pick apart that number one defense in the league. You know what I'm saying? And that's what anybody. You can only chase Tyreek Hill around the field so much or whatever like that until he starts breaking away. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not generating pressure and you're letting the best, arguably the best quarterback in the league, you know what I'm saying, have all the time in the world to just pick you apart, you know, and set up home run plays, then yeah, that's bound to happen. But the thing about Cincinnati is they can generate pressure on that line. You know what I'm saying? Trey Henderson is a dog. I forgot the other dude they have as their other defensive end, but I've seen them generate pressure on that line. So that might be a difference between. I'm not saying it's going to stop Pat or slow him down or shift the pendulum or anything. I'm saying it's just something to watch out for. You know,
the Chiefs are going to come out and they're going to what they should do, and I think they're going to try and get ahead early, because the only way I see the Bengals winning, right, if they get a quick stop early on the Chiefs, right, and it's a tie game, and then before the half, say they get ball after half, and they still have the ball before the half ends. And, you know, Joe Mixon just runs the ball, chews the clock, gets 14, gets up 7, and they get the ball after half. And then they just hand it off to Joe, and Joe Mixon does it. It takes like 8 minutes off. And they got a 2-score lead then. That's only – but like I said, Kansas City's going to come out. They're going to try and score early and fast, get a lead, take Joe Mixon out of the game. Because if anyone's going to be an X factor, like, to keep Pat off the field, that's what you have to do. You have to keep him off the field. That's how you beat that team. You keep him off the field. I guess Joe Mixon's like, I don't know. I just don't see it.
So ever since last year, everybody been running the same defense against the Chiefs. Do y'all think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
It's good. You can't blitz him. You cannot blitz him.
Do you think Pat might have figured it out? Because it seemed like he figured it out himself.
I mean, yeah, I hope he figured it out. It's been the same defense for a year. I mean, geez. But you can't, because if you
like I said, dude, like you might get away with one blitz, you know what I'm saying? And he might just have to dump it to Pringle or whoever.
10 yards.
But I mean, if you do it again, there's nobody on that field that could get in a foot race with Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Facts.
Even if he doesn't even have the man beat, Pat could just throw that thing in the vicinity of downfield, and Tyreek will catch up and get it.
We've seen it in the Super Bowl. We watched it.
How do y'all feel about the acquisition of McKinnon? Do y'all think that was a great pickup?
Yeah, that was very, very under the radar. That was a good pickup. He torched us.
What about you, Cal?
The addition of who?
McKinnon.
Who?
McKinnon.
Oh, Jerick McKinnon.
Yeah,
I thought you were saying McGarry. I was like,
no, McKinnon.
McKinnon? Oh, yeah. That was smooth, because everything that they thought they drafted CH for, pass catching and explosiveness, is exactly what they got McKinnon for a bag of peanuts. You know what I'm saying? So they get on a dude that they found for a bag of peanuts. Because McKinnon, when he was in San Francisco, he was that dude. You know what I'm saying? And he got paid by Minnesota, and his knees gave out or whatever it was for the whole time he's on his contract. And it seems like he's healthy. But I heard this on his podcast earlier this week, talking about like the players in this game, that he's had games like this where he shows up, you know what I'm saying, he plays well, and then the next week his body just shuts down on him. You know what I'm saying? So that'd be something to keep an eye on. But if he's out there making plays, then I mean, it's gonna be too much to watch, because he hasn't lost a step. That's the crazy thing. Through all the injury, he hasn't really lost a step. You know what I'm saying? He's still like cat quick.
Yeah.
You know, cycle that with Pringle, who's becoming like a good little like safety valve for him. Kelsey is always dangerous, and Tyreek, like I said, is always dangerous. And Cole, though he hasn't been doing that, I mean, he's still got blazing speed.
And you forgot about Robinson too. He's on the team, like.
Yeah, and I barely even see him, but he.
So would y'all say Kelsey is the best tight end in the game, hands down, no question?
Right now, yes.
No question.
There's a question. Like, you got Kittle. I like Mark
question.
Andrews too, but I mean,
right now, as far as best tight ends in the game, you can't say it's not Kelsey, because he's always he's always playing meaningful games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes, Mark Andrews snapped all year long, was a monster, yada yada, but didn't amount to anything. Like,
what about
Waller started hot? You know what I'm saying? But injuries caught up to him, and he was a non-factor when he came back. You know, Gronk, his time has passed. Really, he's not trash or anything like that. It's just they don't need him to go out there and get 11 catches for 177 yards and 3. They don't need him to do that no more.
I will say this though, if you ask me who I want, Gronk in his prime or Travis Kelce in his prime, and
No
as
question.
much as I hate the Patriots, it's Gronk.
There's
I
no
have
question.
no question.
Well,
Not
I just
even,
saw
like,
I just saw a
no
Gronk like highlight mixtape
It's
from their best
disgusting.
days. It's impossible.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude's like pushing one guy over,
Yeah.
shaking another guy off, running up field, diving in the end zone.
That I
spiking
feel
it, like-
he's a GOAT tight end. I think he's the greatest tight end of all time.
Yeah, no, he's.
We
yeah.
forgot about Kittle too. Like, I mean, Kittle when he's healthy, I mean, Kittle's that boy, but it's who's throwing him the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like that
Jimmy.
Cool. What would y'all say about Tyreek? What y'all say? 1, 2, 3, y'all, or is he even a top 3, y'all?
He's not top 3.
He's not top 3 to y'all?
No.
Yeah, not that he's.
It's the
not
system he
top
plays
three.
in. That's the only reason he's doing this well. Because he's not better than Devontae. He's not even better than Mike Evans. Like I would take a whole lot of receivers.
He's not better than Mike
Take
Evans.
Mike Evans.
Mike Evans got force fed this year. Don't let the stats fool you. It's not anything
I'll
special
take Mike
Mike
Evans.
Evans did. Hey, look, if I want to go out there and run 5 and outs or little curls or like that, and Tom Brady just dump it off to me 12 times a game, I could do that.
He did
You
it
know what
with
I'm
Jameis.
True. But I ain't gonna put Mike Evans over no Tyreek Hill. Don't get me wrong. Mike Evans is on some crazy streak where he's at 1,000 yards every year of a season. But if we're talking about best receivers in the league, right? Outside of the stats too, you got to look at game changers. You know what I'm saying? Every time Tyreek Hill steps on the field, the defense is on alert. Okay, we have to send 2 people to this guy. Mike Evans can step on the field, and I don't know what's going through their mind, but they're not like, okay, we have to send 3 people this side of the field, you know what I'm saying, to stop him. You know what I'm saying? Because Mike Evans isn't like blazing fast. The difference between Tyreek and Mike Evans is, yes, Mike Evans is a big target. You throw it to him in the red zone, he 9.8 times out of 10, he's going to grab it. You know what I'm saying? If you put it where he can get it. The thing about Tyreek is you could toss him a pass in the backfield. He make one guy miss and get a little crease, and he's gone. Nobody's catching. That's the playmaking ability of it. So I think Tyreek is top 3, or whatever like that. I think it goes Devontae. I think Tyreek.
You're crazy.
So name
You're
your 3.
absolutely crazy.
Name your 3. Name your 3 that would be ahead of
Let me
Tyreek.
see where you at, because the third guy.
I'm gonna take Devontae Adams over him. Hell, I'm gonna take D-Hop over him. Healthy D-Hop taking it. I'm gonna take my boy Diggs over him.
I knew it. I can't put him in there because I've got.
So you're telling me you're taking Stephon Diggs over Tyreek Hill?
Yeah.
And
Here's the reason, right? Here's the reason why. You can put Diggs with Kirk Cousins had a great year. Tyreek Hill wouldn't be as explosive. He wouldn't be such a game changer. He needs a quarterback like Pat Mahomes who can literally throw the ball.
I mean, look, dog. Did you hear what I just said? He ain't just catching deep balls from Pat. He burnt y'all on a drag right across the middle and outran all of y'all. And I could throw that pass. He was wide open. He caught it and went across the middle.
Wait a second. You said you could throw that little hitch 30 yards on the field. Wait, let's.
It wasn't 30 yards. And then did this.
What did you see?
What do you mean? Not every play Tyreek makes that's a big play is an 80-yard pass on the field. He could catch it in short space and take it up the field. Diggs can't do that. Diggs went out there. Diggs waited an entire year for the AFC Championship game and went out there and got 3 catches for 7 yards.
What can you do?
And I rewatched the game.
Triple?
I don't know where this triple, quadruple, 15 dudes on Diggs was coming from because he had a lot of single coverage. He just wasn't getting the ball.
No.
Let me ask you. If Josh Allen had Tyreek Hill his rookie, you think he would overthrew that many balls?
No.
No.
You don't even got to think
his rookie year.
Kyler Murray. If Kyler Murray had Tyreek Hill right now, you know what I'm saying? We wouldn't have got rolled like we did against the Rams.
You're taking Tyreek over D-Hop?
So
yeah, I'm putting you
I
can't. So this is what I'm gonna tell you. I can't.
It's just his 0 to 100 is unmatched by anybody. So it's like if you need Howard, answer me this, right? You need to go. And you should remember this, right? You need to get 50 yards in about 10 seconds or so. Are you trusting Stephon Diggs
to do something
like that?
What
And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny right now. I'm being serious. Like his playmaking ability is so unmatched that it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And Devontae Adams, don't get me wrong. He's a technician and route runner, a great receiver. But at the same time, it's different catching balls from Aaron Rodgers. Hold on. Before I say what I'm saying.
I'm going to stop.
When you have Aaron Rodgers throwing you the ball or like that, and you're that good, you're going to look 10 times better. As where if you have somebody like Kirk Cousins throwing you ball. That's why I respect Jefferson and Thielen so much, is because they have such an inconsistent quarterback, and Jefferson is still setting the league on fire. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
That's the point I'm making. It also goes into what quarterback you have. Diggs, like I'm saying, Diggs is a great receiver. And you match him with Josh Allen, he looks even better. You know what I'm saying?
Let's
put Tyreek Hill with Josh Allen, someone who can scoot like Josh Allen can, and people got to respect it now, and he's got a cannon like Pat. There's no drop-off in the production. He could look just as good on the Bills as he would on the Chiefs. And you'd be sitting here saying, oh man, I got to take Tyreek number one. No way about it.
So let's round this out. Let's have top 3 receivers right here. Go ahead, Howard.
I'm going to go, I like Devontae. I like D-Hop. And I'm not going to put Diggs here because I got to put Cooper Kupp. After the year he had, I had to put Cooper Kupp there.
Are you preaching on the moment with that pick, or do you think that's a legit?
I mean, he had a triple crown. That's
at 28 years old, he just got good. You know.
So you're telling me you're in the draft right now to help your Bills right now. Devontae, no. Let me ask you, like a straight wide receiver, Devontae, D Hop off the board. You're telling me you're drafting Cooper Kupp. That is who you're standing on for your franchise.
I'm gonna go with Jamar Chase because he's there because he's younger.
You would take Jamar Chase. Okay, so let's say your top. I'm saying your top 3.
I'm not putting Tyreek in there.
I'm saying, who are you putting in? Are you sticking with Cooper Kupp?
Yeah,
nah, he gonna put Cordell Patterson
in there. Stick there with the year. Yeah,
of course.
Cordell Patterson, number 3.
I'm not putting Tyreek's top 10.
But what I'm saying is, bro, like, don't get me wrong, Cooper Kupp is a decent receiver. He's been good, but this is some otherworldly shit he's doing right here. You don't think that there's gonna be some regression next year? You really think the league is gonna let this man go for the triple crown again? Even Calvin Johnson can have done that. Nobody's done that. Not even any of the greats. So don't overreact to one season. I'm not saying he's bad, but like the point I just made, when you're catching passes from somebody who can get you the ball where you need it to your abilities, you're going to look 10 times better than somebody who can't, like blockfoot Jared Goff. Like I just said.
Justin Jefferson, I can respect.
I respect him. Even though I went up against him twice this year in fantasy and I was praying on his downfall, I still respected his game because he's out there running laps. You know what I'm saying? The entire game.
All right,
beautiful routes.
All right, K-Wall, go ahead. Hit me with your top 3.
Devontae, Tyreek.
You put Tyreek over your man D-Hop. You're crazy.
And D-Hop. Yeah, I go D-Hop. But can there be like a 3A, like a 3 alpha? Because this could change on any given day.
Okay, who would your 3 alpha be?
Maybe Jamar Chase, honestly. My 3A would be Jamar Chase.
So if I'm doing, I got the same exact. I got the same. So I might, he might be correct. I will pick D-Hop over Tyreek, but Tyreek would definitely be number 3. D-Hop got the surest hands in the league, so we gotta give him that. But Tyreek could be number 3, and for my 3A will obviously be Justin Jefferson. I believe he just got a little better possession. I feel like when you look at Jamar Chase, he can break anything and make anything. But I'll still put Justin Jefferson. I think he's just a little better at this moment.
If you're starting a team, right, and you got somebody like Tyreek Hill, I can go and get Gabe Davis from the bottom of the dumpster and make him look like a star because he's gonna be open every time.
Facts.
If all you got is DeAndre Hopkins, right, and that's what hurt us last year, is all we had was D-Hop, right? That's all we had was really D-Hop. And you're getting double, triple coverage. That's why he had to go up and catch it over like 5 people for us to win that one game.
But Christian Kirk stepped up big this year. Christian Kirk came through this year.
Because when D-Hop went down, the whole offense went down. I promise you. I watched every game. The whole offense went down.
So you don't think you
need that decoy star receiver? Why do you think MVS and Lazard and all of them get all that accolade? Because they got Devontae taking 2 dudes with them every time he goes on the field.
All right, let's bring this back. All right, go ahead.
Who do you think's better on the team? Who's more of a threat, Travis Kelce or Tyreek? Who's their number 1?
It's got to be Travis Kelce.
Exactly. So how are we putting?
Because so the reason is Travis Kelce. The reason I would take no, it's not that. It's because if you need a first down and it's sure hand, yes, we're gonna go Travis Kelce. But Tyreek Hill can break anything. Look. It's a minute on the clock. You want to get it to a playmaker's hands, you want to give that to Tyreek. And Tyreek gonna break it open and piece out your safeties. He's gonna break it open.
I was really hoping Tyreek was gonna wave as he went in the end zone because y'all been doing that to people all year. That waving shit when y'all win. I was hoping Tyreek was gonna be like.
So that's the only reason. All right, we're gonna round this up. Let's get scores for this game. Bengals versus Chiefs.
Dude, this one could break a record in the playoffs, low key, because I mean, because the thing is, the Bengals, they're a pass first team, so even if they're down, they're just gonna keep passing it. And the Chiefs know going to this game, they don't have the offensive personnel to keep them from scoring, so they're gonna have to score. So I can see this one being like 38-31, maybe.
38-31, and you got the Bengals winning.
No, yeah. I mean, y'all made some interesting points over like that. I'm taking the Bengals betting wise, just for the lottery ticket purposes. You know what I'm saying?
So who do you have winning? So taking the betting out of the picture, taking all that, who do you have winning?
As a sports fan, right there, I think Kansas City could.
So you're super
easily. I just feel like the door is open for the Bengals to make
So you're Super Bowl.
I'm gonna just stick with the Bengals. I'm gonna stick with the Bengals. I'm sticking with the Bengals.
So you're
going Bengals 35,
32.
35-32.
Bengals versus 49ers.
Bengals Niners, baby.
That's your Super Bowl. Let's hear you, Howard. What you got score-wise on this game?
38-24 Chiefs.
38-24, and your Super Bowl is Chiefs versus Rams.
Yes, and I pray Aaron Donald can do something with this. That's what it comes down to.
Cool. I got I'm gonna go 31-28. Bengals win.
Oh boy. All right.
Here we go. Somebody's smart in here. Somebody is smart in here too.
I think McPherson, that you don't want that boy to get that last second kick. I think that boy can get the last second kick.
Oh, money boy, man.
Straight a gang.
And he gonna walk it off.
Too cold.
That man say, I guess you know what he gonna say? I guess we're going to the Super Bowl. Just like he said, I guess we're going to the championship. I think that's going to be it. So,
who do y'all think is the biggest X factor in this game? Because I love this game a lot. Who do y'all think this is? And I like that the NFL made this like the standalone one. Who do you think is the biggest X factor for both teams in this game?
I'm gonna say Tyler Boyd. I think they're gonna be focused on Jamar Chase a lot. T. Higgins going, but I think Tyler Boyd will be the one to break it open.
I think so. If Tyrann Mathieu is focused on Chase and Higgins and he's playing the boundary with them, I feel like Tyler Boyd could do exactly what Gabe Davis was and just tear apart that middle.
And for Kansas City, it's obviously I'm gonna say they got so many weapons, but I can see Pringle low key. I can see Pringle getting a couple of catches. I think they might try to shut down.
He snuck a TD the last game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. What about y'all?
So for the Bengals, it's Joe Burrow, no question. Dude, you got to play perfect. So good luck.
Yeah, literally.
Good luck.
Literally.
For the Chiefs, I don't really think there's any pressure on anyone. But if I had to put some on, let's go with Frank Clark.
Frank Clark. That's nice. What about you?
We need sacks. We need you to hit Joe. You're going to do it.
So you got Tyler Boyd there. Who you got for the Chiefs, Caleb?
I'm on the same thing as Howard is. I think it's that Chiefs secondary, right? Because if they can't get pressure on Joe Burrow, they can't get him down. That secondary's got to hold up. You know what I'm saying? Because like we just talked about for like the past however many minutes, Jamar Chase can make one play and be gone. T. Higgins has been torching people over the top, and like we said, Tyler Boyd in the middle. So I think their biggest X factor is if that secondary can hold up. I don't think they stop them completely, but if they can hold up into some way, shape, or form, that's a win. Because regardless of who they play in the Super Bowl, they're going to need that secondary to play perfect,
Got you. So So we got some news came down today that Brady was retiring. Then we get some news that he haven't made a decision yet. So what are y'all thinking? Y'all think that he's gonna retire? And if he retired, what y'all think that does for the game?
It's like deflate gate, Brady gate. Who do y'all think leaked it though? Who do you think leaked that he was retiring?
I don't know, but
Because it always be your man's.
It was Ian Rappaport, actually. That was the first report. So you can thank that man.
No, I know, but I'm saying, where do you think he got his information from?
That's Ian. Yo, he got the inside.
Yeah.
He probably got it from the Bucs, probably. I would assume. But so if Brady does,
Wait, he probably got it from Antonio Brown.
Oh, really? All right, cool, thanks.
So if he do decide to retire, what do y'all think his legacy is? What do y'all think that will do for the game? Do y'all think that's worse in the game? Do y'all think it's a good thing? How are y'all feeling about it?
I'll go. I think if he retires, though he didn't win a chip, he led the league in passing, torched the league all year. He's retiring at a good spot. I think we spoke about this earlier, right? Like, there's a lot of quarterbacks that don't know when to hang up, and your last memory of them is like Noodle Arm Ben, Eli, like, those kind of guys that have
hurt Nick Payton,
yeah, guys that you've known like your whole career, like your whole life, as like these are the guys that are always in the mix for a championship, and at the ass end of their career, they don't know when to just stop, and they look terrible. I think Brady at 44, what he did this year, this is the perfect time if he wants to retire.
To hang it up.
The perfect time, because I mean, he has an argument to win the MVP again at 44 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How many more years can you keep doing this to you? Because the last thing he wants to do is go out, noodle arm Brady, or the team is trash. Like, that's not. It doesn't want to be the last taste in people's mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What about you, Aaron?
Retire. It's 3 years too long. I mean,
he got a chip on those 3
years. How you gonna say 3 years too long?
Honestly, it'd be better for the game, really, because we were kind of ushering out the era, the Peyton Manning, Brady era, and what I mean by that is the quarterbacks they just sit in the pocket and they dissect teams, right? That's not where we're at. We're obviously going to a new era where you have to be able to move. If you can't move, you're dead. And Brady retiring really kind of solidifies the end of an era, right? So I think he needs to retire. I think it's good for the game. I don't like Brady. Everyone knows that. He is the quote unquote GOAT. I'll give him that. He's obviously given a lot to the game. I mean, but I think it is good to retire. I think he does need to retire now because, I mean, it takes one hit to destroy it. I mean, he's 45. Like, you get hit by any of these linebackers, just anybody, the wrong way, dude. Your leg's done. You're done.
Donald was this close in that
game. Exactly. That close ended everything.
Everything.
Take your 7 rings. Go to your wife. Go to your kids. Become a commentator.
But do you think he retires and then he sits on the couch for a year and it eats him alive, like not playing, and he wants to maybe come back? Because he keeps his body in pristine condition. So it would be the craziest thing if he came back.
I hope he's at peace. I hope he's at peace with retiring. I think he done everything. I think he done everything that there was to do. And also, I mean, I love Brady. I do, even though I've taken a lot of heartbreak from Brady. We lost the Super Bowl to Brady back in 2003. He decided to come to our division. So as a Panthers fan, I'm happy because now the South is wide open and we got a chance now if we can figure out a quarterback situation. But if he retires, I do feel like it's sad for the game as far as like our generation, because for our generation growing up, Brady was pretty much that guy. I understand as a Bills fan.
Bye, don't come back.
but like Howard, like besides, like take what he's done to your team and all that, just his embodiment of work over the years he was in the league, you know what I'm saying? From being a 6th round pick to becoming like the GOAT, like from start to finish, you have to respect the career, the resume. Because if he played for any other team, right? If he was playing for the Denver Broncos and y'all saw him once every 4 years, you would be respecting him. You're like, damn, like what a career, dude. Like you retire, everything's perfect for you, right? You retire at the top of your game. You have a beautiful family. You're in Florida, no income tax. They still owe you 40 M's, whether you show up or not. Like, it's perfect. He could go walk into an analyst position if he wants, and they throw triple what they gave Tony Romo because people will just watch because it's Brady because they love to hate him or whatever like that. He's got that infectious thing about his career that regardless if you hate him or you love him, you're gonna follow him wherever he goes. Like LeBron. LeBron could go play in China, and I bet you we would all be illegally streaming China basketball games like that just to watch him or win.
If so, with Brady retiring, what do y'all think that does for the Bucs?
That's a curveball right there because I'm pretty sure after they lost to the Rams the way they did, they was all in the locker room like, yeah, we're gonna run it back next year. We'll be back. We got this, guys. We're gonna bring all our guys back. Weeks later, Brady's like, because he did the same thing in New England. He saw the writing on the wall. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like deteriorating. I feel like Bruce is kind of losing the locker room over that. You know what I'm saying? Just a tad bit.
Kind of.
It's because Antonio Brown's not the first.
Shirtless.
Brown's not the first guy to come out there and complain about him or whatever like that because he's old school. He's 70 years old. He's got that old style of coaching or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? So some of these dudes that are unrestricted free agents, though it may be a better situation for somebody like Godwin to stay in Tampa Bay if Brady's there, I could see them just being so fed up with Bruce and not wanting to see him for the next 4 years of their contract. Go somewhere.
They said I believe I heard that they're not recycling him. I believe they're talking about letting him go.
I know, and I looked that up like on Bleacher Report over there. If I could find it real quick, on their page it says that their number one priority this offseason is re-signing Chris Godwin. I don't know how they're gonna do that. I mean, there's always the cap gymnastics. I don't know how they're gonna pull that one off because he's gonna command. I mean, the average annual salary for a wide receiver one is like 21 M's, and they're like negative 21 or something like that.
Yeah, they're gonna have to. Then it's gonna be a second year of franchising, so you're probably gonna demand. And then
plus, if Tom does come back, it's gonna make it even more difficult because they're gonna have to. Because the reason with him retiring would be okay for this year is that they could convert his money from cash to like a roster bonus and then push it down the line or something like that I was reading. But if he comes and plays, all those preseason and workout bonuses, all that stuff gets activated, and then they're on the hook for like 30-something M's.
So let me ask you this: as a Bucs fan or just a fan of your team, would you take this? Would you take that one Super Bowl and have to rebuild for the next 10 years, or would you? Yeah. I would too.
Yeah.
If I was Tampa Bay, the only thing I'd be building is a statue, and I'd be like, all right, let's tear it down. Just like Toronto.
Statue of that man.
Hey, look, Toronto. Everybody knew that Kawhi was not staying, but he got them a ring before he left, so he's good forever. Yep. Same thing with Brady. Brady pulled the team out of purgatory. They were sitting there watching 30 for 30 with Jameis Winston right there, and then next season they win a Super Bowl. Why wouldn't you be? You can't even be upset with the man. He's 40. I could see if he was in his prime and went to go steam up on a super team or something like that.
I mean, it was a super team. It was a super team.
So
he made him look good.
So if you're Tampa Bay, right? Do you think you should be on the phone? Like, do you think you should let maybe a Godwin go, and then trying to figure out what Aaron Rodgers' plan is?
I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. If you're Tampa and Brady decides to retire, you still have one more opportunity to capitalize on this, right? You try and get Aaron Rodgers. If you cannot get Aaron Rodgers, you blow the team up. You just completely wholesale. Everyone's on the trade market.
Kind of like Jacksonville did a few years ago.
You have to.
So you think they should let Devin White go?
Everybody.
Outstanding.
Because they're not going to be good for a while.
Well, so you don't think they try and bring in like a bridge quarterback? You know what I'm saying? Like somebody just to like
see how that works. How does that work? Look at Minnesota.
So what about like, let's say a solid quarterback that can maybe, let's say a Teddy Bridgewater. Do you think a Teddy Bridgewater could come in?
Bro, what?
Look, it's a bridge quarterback that is solid, he can make the throws, and he could get you to the playoffs. You may not win games, but he can get you to the playoffs with that roster and that defense.
The problem is coming in and filling in for a guy like Brady. The receivers are already used to a certain play style, and I don't think Bridgewater is anywhere near that stratosphere.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying. He's a bridge, but that offense will shift from being the passing attack to Leonard Floyd and the boys. Like they're just gonna be run heavy.
So nobody will be able to replace Brady. But a guy that can keep y'all relevant, the South is wide open. The South is wide open.
Nothing.
I mean, but the South is wide open. Y'all can come in. All y'all need is a guy that can just keep y'all rolling. He's not gonna be a Brady, but like,
what's the point of winning a division when you're just gonna go in the first round and get smacked anyways? Like, there's no point.
You're right.
No, but you know, they everyone has like clauses in their contracts if they make it to so and so this far or whatever. So I mean, if you're gonna make an extra $2 million for getting into the playoffs, shit, that's free $2 million right there.
So do you think? So do you think
is back?
So
because the most important dudes on that Tampa Bay team are all signed, like locked up. Like Shaq Barrett's locked up. Mike Evans is locked up. That's really like two dudes. The other guys are
well, no, the linebackers, White, both linebackers locked up.
Is White locked up?
Yeah. That's the thing.
So if they have to bring in someone like Aaron Rodgers, because he's younger than Shaq Barrett, he's got to go in a trade for sure. Because they don't have anything worth sending to Green Bay that fits the timeline of Jordan Love and their other young up and coming players.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Just sell your old guys. JPP, Mike Evans, Shaq Barrett. You can get first, second, third round picks for these players. Start building the draft profile now, and it'll only quicken your process to getting back. So if you drag this on, you're going to be like one of those teams that's like Denver. They have been okay for how long now?
So do you think? So you think? So are you saying that it's Rodgers or blow up? Basically, what you're saying.
Rodgers or blow up, or Brady.
What about the possibility of Deshaun Watson possibly? Because I read this article on Bleacher Report about they should go after Deshaun Watson possibly.
And sacrifice 3 first-round picks. Now you're really going in purgatory? Like, come on, no. You got.
But I mean, you bring in someone like Deshaun Watson that does have a good arm and can scoot. Hasn't been hit in a year, so his body hasn't taken a beating. You know what I'm saying? And he fits a good timeline with the squad because you could ride him for the next 8 to 10 years. He's only 26.
Cool.
All right.
Godwin's like the only one. Evans he's almost done.
Evans is 29.
He's almost done, bro.
And like you said, he's a jump ball receiver. AJ Green was making plays at 33 this year.
Who's going to be the running back? Ronald Jones?
Leonard Fournette. If they can re-sign him. If they could sell him on Rodgers being there, you think Leonard Fournette's going to go anywhere else? Why? Because you want him on the Bills. That's why you're saying
no, he's going to get money.
That's why you're saying he's gone. You can't.
No, he wants money. He got his ring.
Why would you want to go play in Buffalo? He's in Florida, where he's from.
No, he's not going to come here. I say he's going to get money. I know he's not coming. He's going to go to the Jets and run him for $50 million. That's what he's going to do. He said, run that check. I got my ring.
As a running back, could you turn down $50 million?
Yeah, exactly.
Because tomorrow's not promised. Being a running back at the NFL tomorrow isn't promised.
Yeah.
So let's get on. Let's get on to the next thing. So what y'all think next for Aaron Rodgers? Do y'all think he returned to Green Bay? Do y'all think he's out there? What do y'all think the best situation is for him?
I don't know why he doesn't stay there. I mean, that division's terrible. The Bears not going to be good next year. Lions, they play hard, but they're not going to be good next year. And Minnesota, as long as Kirk Cousins there, they're handicapped. Like, why would you? Where else would you? You can't go to the AFC because you got Herbert, Allen, Mahomes, Lamar Jackson's to be healthy next year.
Burrow.
I'm missing one. Burrow. And who knows? Trevor Lawrence might take a step. Like, you got 6 quarterbacks over there. Why would you not stay in the NFC where Tom Brady might not be there? Russell Wilson, Dak. I mean, who's his biggest threat? You know what I mean? Kyler, Matt Stafford. Like, I mean, seriously, like Kyler. I mean, he's a good quarterback. But like, he hasn't proven anything, right? So you're gonna go.
I can take that.
Joe Burrow's proven. Obviously, he's proven son. Pat proven son. Josh Allen, Lamar, they all proven son. You stay in the weaker division. You're old. You can't do this forever. Why go fight against the best when you can only fight against one of the best in a big game? I don't know.
So for you, you think he should stay with Green Bay?
He should. Yes, they got a good team.
What about you, Kayla?
Good team.
You know, like when people say like it's kind of like run its course. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of vibes I'm catching from all this. It's kind of just. Yes, it like every point you made makes very logical sense. Yes. If I was Aaron Rodgers, I would just stay in Green Bay. They love me there. I can't do any wrong there. You know what I'm saying? They need me more than I will ever need them. They worship the ground I walk on because they'll always be good. They'll always be in contention to win something. You know what I'm saying? Some kind of accolade.
Greener on the other side.
So if
Yeah,
you're
I get that, but
if you're
it's
Green
probably
Bay,
just run its course. You know what I'm
if
saying?
you're Green Bay, you spent the first round pick on Jordan Love, right? This year we saw he wasn't ready for this year, right?
He's not ready at all.
But eventually, what's going to happen is it's going to come down to a Jimmy G situation where they had to make that decision, where to keep Jimmy G and pay him $20 million a year to sit on the bench, or let him go. So if you're Green Bay, do you want him back, or do you want to go ahead and see if Jordan Love is that guy before y'all have to pay him?
If you could flip Jordan Love for a second round pick right now, Green Bay would do that in a heartbeat. From what we've seen, they would have flipped him yesterday.
The difference with the Garoppolo situation is Trey Lance is like oozing with potential.
No. I'm thinking Garoppolo on Patriots.
Or the Patriots, yeah. I know.
Okay.
When they flipped him for a second round pick, if the Packers could flip Jordan Love for a second round pick right now, yeah, that trade would have been through. He would have went. He'd be on the plane. Thanks for your service. Good luck wherever you're going. Like,
I mean, if it was up to Matt LaFleur and he was the GM or like that, he would be signing he would re-sign Aaron Rodgers. He would send Jordan Love out the door because I feel like Matt LaFleur probably had none. I don't think he had any say in them drafting Jordan Love or not. I feel like that was upper management that wanted to put that stone in place in case of a fail-safe. But clearly, he's not that. He hasn't had a lot of game time, but there's nothing that I see with him playing that like is like, oh, yo, he's like when I watch Trey Lance play, though he's extremely low, I'm like, yo, he could be really good because even though he's overthrowing dudes, I mean, the passes are like 65, 70 air yards. You know what I'm saying? He's scooting to the outside and beating guys and turning on field. Yeah, he's getting popped, but like you can see the potential that can be cultivated there. So Jordan Love looks like a game manager, like a Blake Bortles.
At the same time, do you not think that maybe Jordan Love is in a situation where he knows he don't have the opportunity to have just be his team? With Trey Lance, he knew if he played well, that'll just speed up the process of they'll move it to him. But with Jordan Love, no matter what, Aaron Rodgers is the guy. So he don't really get to play free until they get Aaron out of there. Like a Mac Jones. If Cam was there, he would be able to play because they knew if he played well, that will speed up the process. Jordan Love don't know when this process is going to become his team. Do you not think maybe Aaron Rodgers getting out there speeds up Jordan Love's process?
No, he should be working hard regardless. I mean, Rodgers did it. He sat behind Brett Favre, worked hard, give it to him, and then the minute they were ready to make the transition, they did. So clearly isn't working hard because any of the games he's bad.
Coming out of college, Aaron Rodgers was more talented than Jordan Love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jordan Love sold everyone on this like dual threat, oozing potential kind of guy, and he's just kind of mid. Though I haven't seen the dude play, a lot. But it's all up to the Packers organization. Do they want to run this course with a rebuilding quarterback like that that's not proven just yet and let that ride out? You know what I'm saying? Or do you want to do what other teams try and do and, bring the quarterback along, but let's be competitive too. And they, two negatives don't make a right. And it just goes and it hurts his progression because y'all just thrown him to the wolves. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to see Chicago's defense, which is decent. You know what I'm saying? You got to see dudes like Daniil Hunter in that division twice a year. You got to see Aaron Donald at least once, JJ Watt, Chandler. You got to see a lot of dogs in that division. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going to if you're going to sell the fans on, we're going to be competitive with Jordan Love, and he's not ready right that, rather than just coming out saying, we're going to tear this down. We're going to tag Devontae, send him out the door, trade Aaron Rodgers like that, send Aaron Jones to Miami for a first rounder because I know they'll do it or like that. And we're going to build around Jordan Love and AJ Dillon.
All right. So you said Packers. I would say Packers too if they can bring Devontae back. All right. So to wrap up this show, we're each one of us going to take a coaching vacancy. We got the Giants, Bears, Vikings, Jacksonville, Saints, Dolphins, Raiders, Texans. A couple of them, they already found their coach. Let's go with you, Howard. Which one do you think is the best situation? Just a little, and why?
Best situation. This is hard because there's two, but I'll narrow it down. So Miami and Denver, they're really the best situation. But the biggest problem is they're missing the biggest piece, a quarterback. And there's no I know everyone's like Aaron Rodgers. I don't know why. I could see him, but I can't see him going to Denver because why would he want to play Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert twice?
Yeah.
You know, like, would he go to Miami? Maybe, yeah. Like, because there's only Josh Allen. I mean, you have to play, but they're a quarterback away. Probably Denver, because I don't know, Miami. They've got some attitude problems down there. The locker room's not as solid, but yeah, probably Denver. If they could get Matt Ryan, Aaron Rodgers, they could get a quarterback, like just a decent quarterback. They can make a run.
What about you, K-Wall?
So I mean, he kind of took one of the teams I was gonna say Miami. You know what I'm saying? It was a good spot because the location is great. They have a good defense. They already compete. So I'm gonna take like the long-term kind of thing. If you get the right coach in there that could build this team from, you know, with the young guys ground up, I'm gonna say Jacksonville for one reason only, right? You have a quarterback that's young and is uberly talented, right? It didn't get showcased at much this year, but you saw flashes of the arm talent and the way he
can, baby.
You know what I'm saying? You saw the flashes with Trevor Lawrence. Like, it's there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This isn't something – he was drafted where he was drafted for a reason because he's oozing potential, like I said with Trey Lance, you know? So you get that, right? You don't have to worry about that. You get somebody like Brian Leftwich in there that is like a quarterback whisperer, you know what I'm saying, who could cultivate him for 3-4 years and have them ready, and you draft well, you know what I'm saying? And the thing is, what the Jacksonville Jaguars need is they need a leader, like a strong coach that's a leader. They don't need a bro or a friend or because they're the type of team where there's not a lot of respect in that locker room. And if you have any little bit of like weakness, they're going to smell blood in the water and you're going to lose the locker room. That's why I'm on Urban Meyer, right? You got a lot of young guys in there and there's not a lot of respect in there. It's not, the roster wasn't built with enough vets to compensate for the amount of youth that's on that roster. But with that said is, you know, you've got decent receivers too. You know, you got DJ Chark there. They could bring somebody like Marvin Jones back. Dan Arnold looked like a nice safety valve for Trevor Lawrence. And you got 2 RBs. I don't know what James Robinson injury is looking like right now, but he might not be back next year. But you got Travis Etienne. You know, you can work with that. And the defense, you know, they are hungry for leadership. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you ain't got nothing to lose every single week right there, like what Dan Campbell did in Detroit or right there, that's why I think he's going to get them out the ashes because though they lost a lot of games, them dudes played everybody tough. Even when they got rolled, you know, there was points in the game where it was getting close and the other team was just better and pulled away. They played everybody tough this year. They even beat some good teams. You know what I'm saying?
So for a lot of the facts that you said, I'm personally going to go with the Bears situation. I like that job out there because they still got a lot of young pieces on that defense. They still solid there. They got the nice young quarterback in Justin Fields. I still believe in him. I think that he got a chance to be a solid.
He got a chance.
He got a chance to be one of them solid quarterbacks. He just needed the year under his belt. And you know they got a nice running back, and they got a commit came on, and I think they're gonna probably move on from Allen Robinson. Let him move, and I like Mooney.
I hope so.
Mooney.
It's run its course.
Please let that man go.
If they tag him, they're stupid. Like it'd just be hurting Mooney's progression. Like
Mooney came through. So I think I like that Bears situation for a coach. But with that being said, that's going to wrap up our show. Drop a like, comments, hit the subscribe button, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify, Apple Music, and thank you for listening to the sports podcast for the people. This is Stay in Bounds. Goodbye.